Okay, this is an example of what we're trying to create here. You need to create at least 4 letters. If your name is really long, you need at least 4 letters, but try and spell out your entire name. And we're going to do that by using the selection tools again, drawing out a selection, and then going to edit stroke selection to create an outline around the letters. And you could also fill in the inside of the letters. Try and make it look interesting, however you want to. But the main thing that we're going to do is, if I go into a new empty document here, I'm just going to use the selection tools to try and spell out my name. So this would be the top of the P. I'm going to need to chop off this left-hand side here. And remember, if I want to delete something from a selection, I hold in on the Control button. And now I erase this left side from the selection. Now I want to add another rectangular selection to the left side of my P. And I want to get the stem of the letter here, this long, tall part. Next thing I need to do is I need to add this little opening in the middle of my P. And I'm going to do that with the ellipse select tool. And I'm taking out a little from the middle. So I'm going to hold in on the Control button to take out from the center of this. And if I want this to look professional, I actually want to make the left side of this flat. So I'll try and add a little bit more on by holding in on the Shift button. And I might try and just clean this up just a little bit here. So now, if I go to Edit, Stroke Selection, I should be able to fill it with a stroke line. I can change the line width to whatever I want. Probably around 5 is pretty good. And I could change the color over here to whichever color I want. So I'm going to try a red, click Stroke. Now that looks pretty good. If I want to get rid of this selection, these marching ants on here, I can right-click, select None. And that gets rid of the selection. So this is, I had quite a few steps on here, but it was pretty easy. I didn't have any diagonal lines. If I did have diagonal lines, if I were trying to make this an R instead of a P, I could back up so that I still have my selection here. And I'm going to need to use the Lasso Free Select tool in order to do any diagonal lines. So I'm going to hold in on the Shift button so that I'm adding to the selection. And I'm just going to make my diagonal lines here to try and add to this selection. And if I don't quite close this, it doesn't finish the selection. There's no marching ants moving around here. So I might need to double click to finish that selection. And now I've got the leg on my R here. So I just changed my P to an R. I'm going to go to stroke selection again, fill in the stroke, and there's how you would create your letters. So I might want to play with this a little bit so that the R looks a little better.